She left, he left, you're alone. Now listen to Marcus Aurelius, a comprehensive guide to Stoic healing and growth after a breakup. This script will blend storytelling with Marcus Aurelius's Stoic teachings and structure itself around 10 powerful suggestions to transform pain into strength. It'll start with a question hook, encourage engagement, and end with your preferred sign-off. This will take some time to complete due to the requested length. I'll begin with the opening, introduction, and first few Stoic suggestions and update you in stages. Here's a preview of the first section of the script. Around 2,500–3,000 words to start. Start with a question. Let me ask you something. Have you ever sat alone at 2 a.m., phone in hand, scrolling through old messages, wondering what went wrong? She left. Or maybe he did. And now you're alone. The silence is deafening. The bed feels too big. And your mind is your worst enemy right now. But what if I told you that this moment, the heartbreak, the silence, the loss, could be the greatest turning point of your life? That's not motivational fluff. That's the ancient wisdom of a Roman emperor who ruled the known world and still struggled with pain, loneliness, betrayal, and love. His name was Marcus Aurelius. And in this video, we'll walk through 10 life-altering, Stoic suggestions from him that will completely reframe your heartbreak and your future. So if you're feeling broken, if you're tired of pretending to be okay, or if you're searching for meaning in the aftermath of love lost, stick around. This video will change your love life forever. But before we begin, do this one thing for yourself. Subscribe to the Untroubled Stone, like this video, and stay with me until the end. Because healing isn't a 5-second reel, it's a journey. And this is where yours begins. Oh, introduction. The emperor who understood heartbreak. Most people know Marcus Aurelius as a powerful Roman emperor. Few know that he spent much of his life in pain, grieving lost children, enduring betrayal by close allies, surviving plagues, and yes, feeling deeply alone. He wrote his most famous work, Meditations, not for an audience, but for himself. A private journal of thoughts written in the dark to survive the darkness. And in those pages lie the raw truths we need today. You're alone now, but that doesn't mean you're broken. You're in pain, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. So let's walk together through 10 of Marcus Aurelius' suggestions and apply them directly to your heartbreak. These aren't abstract ideas. They're practical, personal, and deeply transformative. Let's begin. 1. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The first thing that hits you after they leave is the loss of control. You replay the moment, the argument, the silence, the goodbye. You ask, what could I have done? What if I said something else? Why did they leave? But Marcus reminds us of something sobering. You do not control what other people do. You never did. What you control is your response, your mind. That doesn't mean you suppress the pain. It means you shift the focus. When Marcus lost his children, he didn't deny the grief. He felt it, but he refused to let it destroy his reason. He wrote, "External things are not the problem. It's your assessment of them. And you have the power to change that. So instead of asking, why did she leave me? Ask, what is this teaching me about myself? Instead of saying, I can't live without him, say, I am still here, and I choose how I rise from this." 2. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Pain after a breakup isn't just from the absence of someone. It's from what you tell yourself about that absence. She was the one. He was my everything. I'll never find love again. These aren't facts. They're beliefs. Marcus urges us to question them. When his friend and general betrayed him, he didn't rage or seek revenge. He questioned his expectations. He reminded himself nothing is owed to us. No person belongs to us. Everything is on loan from the universe. So now you must ask, did you lose a partner or an illusion? Were they really your piece or just your habit? The pain is real, but its meaning, that's yours to define. 3. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. You're not just mourning a person, you're mourning a future that will now never happen. The wedding, the kids, the shared home, the dreams, and that imagined future feels like a death. But Marcus reminds us death isn't the enemy. Stagnation is. So many people waste their lives in emotional limbo, waiting for a text that never comes, for closure that isn't owed, for someone who already left. That's not love. That's paralysis. If you're still breathing, you still have something sacred. Time. And time wants you to begin again. Not later. Not when they come back. Now. 4. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Heartbreak isn't a wall. It's a door disguised as one. Marcus wrote this line during war, when he was stuck in a brutal campaign and everything seemed hopeless. And then he realized, what blocks me becomes the path. So ask yourself, could this pain be pointing to something you've been ignoring? Have you neglected your health, your purpose, your self-respect while chasing love? Now is the time to return to yourself. The gym, the book you abandoned, the dreams you postponed for them. Don't just survive the breakup. Use it. Let the pain guide you back to your power. 4. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. They left, and you didn't see it coming. You feel blindsided, betrayed, shocked. But Marcus reminds us nothing in life is guaranteed, not love, not loyalty, not even tomorrow. Everything is borrowed. And when we forget this, we suffer more than we need to. This isn't about being cold. It's about being prepared. Love deeply, but hold lightly. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. So when someone walks away, you don't collapse. You adjust. 6. Don't waste the rest of your life worrying about other people unless it affects the common good. It will keep you from doing anything useful. Let's be honest. You've spent hours, maybe days, stalking their Instagram, looking at who they follow, analyzing every vague caption, replaying old photos. You're consumed. Not with love, but with obsession. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor with a nation to rule, warned against this. He knew the cost of losing yourself in others. He wrote, "Don't waste your life worrying about what other people think, do or say, unless it actually affects the good of all. So unless your heartbreak is threatening the Roman Empire, it's time to reclaim your focus. You are not here to be a detective for someone who's no longer in your life. You are not here to decode texts or read between lines that were never meant for you. You're here to build, to grow, to become. Every minute spent obsessing over them is stolen from you. And that, Marcus would say, is the real tragedy." 7. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question. What fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? When someone leaves us, especially if it's sudden or cold, our instinct is to vilify them. She was selfish. He didn't love me. They never really cared. Maybe that's true. Maybe it isn't. But Marcus urges something rare in moments of heartbreak: self-reflection. He says, before you judge them, look in the mirror. What did you ignore? What patterns did you repeat? Where did you betray yourself just to keep them around? This isn't about blame, it's about growth. When Marcus faced betrayal, he didn't lash out. He asked, where did I ignore the signs? Where did I fail to lead wisely? You don't grow by judging them. You grow by understanding you. This is your classroom now. Let pain be the teacher, not pride. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Sometimes when they leave, you want to become cold, detached, uncaring. You say, I'll never love again. Or worse, I'll make them regret ever leaving me. But Marcus teaches us the highest form of dignity. Be better, not bitter. He writes, the best revenge is not to become like those who wronged you. That means if they ghosted you, don't ghost others. If they manipulated, don't manipulate. If they cheated, don't turn cold. Let the pain purify you, not poison you. A person of true strength doesn't lose themselves because of someone else's weakness. So rise, not to show them what they lost, but to become someone even you would admire. 9. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking. Here's a tough truth. Most of us don't miss the person. We miss the feeling we had with them. The validation, the routine, the companionship. But Marcus reminds us, happiness isn't out there. It's within. You may not believe that right now. That's okay, but ask yourself, were you happy with them? Or just distracted from your emptiness? Were you loved or just temporarily not alone? Because if your joy was built on someone else, it was never joy, it was dependency. This is your chance to learn joy in solitude. Read, walk, create, reflect. Start over, not by replacing them, but by returning to yourself. 10. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Here's something nobody tells you after a breakup. Your memories lie, not on purpose, but through longing, nostalgia, and pain. You romanticize the good times. You ignore the red flags. You mourn a version of them that may never have existed. Marcus cautions, be careful what you call truth. Because truth isn't what you feel at 1 a.m. while crying over old songs. Truth is found in perspective. That text they never answered, that wasn't love. That constant anxiety, that wasn't healthy. You are not crazy for missing them, but don't forget why they left or why they had to. It's time to see clearly, not with longing eyes, but with open ones. Because only then does healing begin. Oh, transition, a moment of pause. Let's pause here. We've walked through 10 Stoic suggestions from Marcus Aurelius, and each one points back to one truth. You are not defined by who left you. You are defined by how you rise afterward. You've cried. You've questioned. You've broken down. Good. That means you're still alive. And now it's time to rebuild. Not in a rush. Not for revenge. But for you. If Marcus Aurelius could face war, betrayal, death, and disease, and still write words of peace and wisdom, you can survive a breakup. But more than that, you can transform from it.